Hello dear friends, welcome back to my channel. Unit 9, Cities of the World, a closer look to. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, and if you love or if you like my videos, please support me with your like button. Okay, thank you very much. So let's start. First of all, let's look at the grammar rules. Today we will learn the present perfect tense. Okay, it's very popular in English and it's a bit difficult, but I think you can learn it easily after this lesson. Look at these examples. There are 3 examples here: positive, negative, and question. The first one is, I have just seen Nam at the library. So do you remember see? In the past it is so, and in the present perfect tense we change it into seen. Okay, see, saw, seen, see, saw, and seen. So I have just seen Nam at the library. Just. Okay. So she has gone to Italy twice. So in present perfect tense, the time or the date are not very important. Okay. Not very important. Not important. Okay. So negative, you haven't sent me the report yet. Mary hasn't done her homework. So question, have you ever played golf? Or has Katie ever seen David before? These are questions. We'll learn in detail. Okay, now let's look at the formation first of all. Formation, positive, negative, and question form of the sentences. Subject like I, you, we, they, plus have, or he, she, it has, plus present perfect tense or participle. Okay, past participle. We use here past participle like seen or like driven, or like taken. Okay, so past participle like do, did, done, see, saw, seen. Okay, or take, took, taken, drive, drove, driven. Okay, something like that. So negative form, subject I, you, we, they, he, she, it, plus have or has, plus not, and plus past participle. And next one is have or has. It is a question. So we should write have and has in the beginning of the sentences, plus subject, plus participle, and question mark. For example, I, we, you, they have, he, she, it has. Have not, haven't, has not, hasn't. And this one is past participle or verb plus ed. Okay. So let's give more examples about verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3. Okay, like present tense, okay, and the past and past participle. Okay, so let's give some examples. For example, do and did. For example, done. Okay, for example, have, had, had. Okay, and for example, drive, drove, and driven. Okay, for example, take, took, taken. Okay, these all are irregular. Okay, these are irregular verbs. And we have also regular verbs. We just add ed at the end of these verbs. For example, wash, washed, and washed again. For example, play, played, and played again. So these verbs are regular. Okay, so these are regular verbs. That's why we need only ed, as you see here. Okay, but they are irregular, so we should memorize them. Okay, we should memorize them. It is very important. Here we go. Okay, now uses, where we use present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense. For example, he has just finished his homework. Just happened just right now, and the effect is still continuing. Okay, we can see the effect right now. He has just finished his homework. And for example, Mu has won 5 games recently. Okay, so it is very closer to this time. Okay, so the effect still is continuing. Okay, and they have developed a new product lately, also like recently, lately. Okay, they are like synonym. Okay, and number 2, we use present perfect tense when we are talking about our experience. Okay, our experience, it's very important. If you are talking about your experience, you should use present perfect tense. For example, Min has gone to Dollar twice. Okay, 2 times or twice. Have you ever climbed Mount Everest? Have you ever climbed Mount Everest? In present perfect tense, action is very important. Action is important. Okay, action is very important. But the time or the date is not important. Okay, time or date are not important. Okay, so next one, he has never seen a monkey before. Okay, we don't need when or what time. We need has he seen or hasn't he seen. Okay, that's the point. He has never seen a monkey before. We haven't seen him yet. Okay, we haven't seen him yet. And they have already finished their work already. So already, yet, before, twice, and ever. If you see these words, time expressions, you can think it is present perfect tense. Okay, here we go. So this one also in Vietnamese you can read easily. So example for this situation, we have studied English for 6 years. Okay, we have studied English for 6 years. So we don't know exactly when, but 6 years they have studied English. Okay, for 6 years they have studied English, but we don't know when exactly. Okay, so time is not exact. Time is not exact. Okay, so Nga has lived in Dallas since 2010. Since. Okay, so for and since, they are the time expression of present perfect tense. They have sold 200 cars so far. So far. Okay, for a long time, so far. Notes. So since plus exact year or day. Okay, for example, since 2010 or 2009. They have learned English since 2009. We should use exact time. Okay, exact time, like month, year, the day of the week. Okay, something like that. And she has changed a lot since she came here. Okay, so this one is also kind of time. She came here. For example, maybe she came here in 2011. Okay, so we don't know that she came here. It is the beginning of the action. She has changed a lot since she came here. And after for, we use interval of the time. Okay, for example, for 2 weeks, for 2 days, for 2 minutes, something like that. We have worked hard for 6 months. Okay, so 6 months, like number. We don't say any exact month. Okay, not for June or for September. No, for 6 months, for 2 months, for 2 weeks. For example, they have learned English for 4 years. Okay, for 4 years. And now, for example, if you are talking about something you have done today, okay, so and today it hasn't finished yet, so we should use present perfect tense like that. I have drunk 4 cups of coffee today. Today. Okay, and have you had a holiday this year? So this year, it means the year hasn't finished yet. So we can use present perfect tense if you are talking about this year. Have you had a holiday this year? We have tried hard this morning. This morning. So it means the morning hasn't finished yet. It is continuing. Okay, so you can see the effect, or you can feel something about this action. We have tried hard this morning. It means they are tired, or they are maybe exhausted or something like that. Ron hasn't worked very hard this term. Okay, so this term, semester, like that, hasn't worked very hard this term. And if you are talking about like first, second time, okay, for example, it's my first time I have seen you, okay, something like that, or it's my second time I have been to Ho Chi Minh City, something like that. For example, this is the first time he has driven a car. Okay, this is the first time he has driven a car. Next one, this is the second time Linda has lost her passport. Okay, second time. And first time, we should use present perfect tense, as you see here, present perfect tense. Okay, and it is the first good meal I have had for ages. Okay, it's the first good meal I have had for ages. Okay, and the markers. Okay, markers, it means like time expressions. So when you see these time markers, you can use present perfect tense in the sentence or in a test. Okay, for example, just, recently, lately, already, ever, never, not yet, twice, several times, many times, for a long time, for age, up to now, so far, until now, or since, For example, since 2010, for 2 days, for 2 months, today, this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening if they haven't finished yet. Okay? For example, this week, or this month, or this year, or this semester, this term, this school year. This is the first time, or this is the second time, or it is the first time, or it is the second time, third time. You should use present perfect tense with these markers. Okay, they are very important, so don't forget these markers. If you see them in the sentence, you should think about present perfect tense mostly. Okay, let's do some practice. Okay, practice. Give the correct form of the verbs. Okay, for example, I can't go with you as I haven't finished my homework yet. Because, okay, I can't go with you because I haven't finished my homework yet. Still I am doing my homework, it means. Okay, and they, so there's for here, so we should use present perfect tense. They have studied at this school for 7 years. Okay, so ever, there is ever here. Have you ever seen a tiger in your life? Okay, it's about experience. We are talking about experience, so we should use present perfect tense here. Since, as you see, since, when you see since and the date here, we should use present perfect tense. They have, I, you, we, they have, he, she, it has. Here, they. So we should use have learned English since 1999. And number 5, the weather. So weather is like uncountable noun, so we should use has here. Okay, has, it's uncountable noun. So B, so the weather has been quite good since that holiday. Since, okay, it's very important, since. And many times before. Okay, it's very important. So I, you, we, they have. I have read. So read, read, and read. Okay, so in simple present tense it is read. In past tense, in simple present tense, read. In past tense, read. In present perfect tense, read. Read, read, read. Read, read, read. We write same, but we pronounce differently. Okay. So listen again to part of the conversation and pay attention to the present perfect tense. For example, what nice photos. Have you been to all these places? And Tom is answering, yes, I have been to most of them. This is Rio de Janeiro. It is an exciting city, but sometimes it's very hot. And my asking again, is the weather there hotter than in Sydney? Oh yes, Sydney isn't so hot. I have been to the beach there many times with my family. They are the cleanest and the most beautiful in the world. And Mai is asking again, is this London? What bad weather? And Tom is answering, yes, we've been there twice. Okay, so it's a present perfect tense here. And also I have been to beach, present perfect tense. And then I have been to the most of them. It is also present perfect tense. Have you been to all these places? Present perfect tenses. Okay, and remember, the exact time the action happened is not important. Okay, so the exact time is not important in present perfect tense, and we often use ever, never when we describe our experiences. Okay, ever and never, ever and never. And exercise 2. Put the verbs in the brackets into the present perfect. Okay, so number 1, Tom has been, because he, she, it, he, okay, and she and it. We should use, after these subjects, we should use has, okay, but I and you and we and they, after these subjects we should use have, okay, and verb 3 and plus verb 3, okay, or past participle here also. So Tom has been to Rio de Janeiro, Sydney and London. And number 2, the family has been to the beaches in Sydney many times. Okay, family, one family has been, that's why. Okay, and number 3, Tom, he has visited London twice. Okay, that's why we should use many times here also. Okay, and then here they are talking about experience. Okay, experience. And then 4, his brother has been to New York, has been to, because there is no time. Okay, no time. If there is no time, you can use present perfect tense in the tests. Okay, and then exercise question 5, but he hasn't been there. Yeah, after but, yeah, we can use mostly negative. Okay, we can use negative, but he hasn't been there. Okay, and then exercise 3, put the verbs in brackets in the correct form. And number 1, this is a question sentence. Have you seen High School Musical? Oh yes, I love it. I have seen it many times. Okay, and number 2, I often go to bed very late. So here it is simple present tense. Okay, here it is simple present tense, but here it is present perfect tense. Okay, PP, present perfect tense, simple present tense. And then never. So look at here, never. I have never been on TV. I have never been on TV. It's also present perfect tense. And then they, every week. So if you see every, okay, every day, every month, every year, every week, so it means the sentence should be or must be simple present tense. Okay, they clean the car every week. Okay, and number 5, 2, usually. So if you say usually, do you remember we should use simple present? Okay, mostly. 2 usually takes the bus to school, because usually, okay, usually. So here every, so they are, the both of them, 4 and 5, they are simple present tense. So we should use simple present tense here. And question 6, my sister loves that restaurant and she 300 of times. So she has eaten 300 of times. Okay, about experience again, experience. Okay, so we don't know when, okay, what date or what time. We don't know about the exact time. That's why it is present PP, present perfect tense. Okay. And exercise 4, look at Tom's web page. Tell a partner what he has done this week. So Tom has read, okay, has read a book, and then he has eaten 4, and he has played football, and he has got an A+, and he has washed his dog. Okay. And now exercise 5, a class survey. Okay, so in a survey you ask questions to someone and they answer your questions. Okay, so you ask a question someone and they answer your question. Go around the class asking the survey questions and find out one thing that everyone has done, and one thing no one has done. Okay, so let's think this is the result of survey. Okay, so have you ever sung karaoke? Yes. Okay, no. Have you ever talked on phone for 1 hour? Yes, no. Okay. Have you ever been on TV? There isn't here anything, any answer, so it means no one. Okay. And then have you ever eaten ice cream in winter? Yes, no. Some people yes, some people no here. And have you ever had a pet? Yeah, yes, no, both. And have you ever talked to a native speaker of English? Yes, okay, 3 of them and 3 of them no. Okay. So now report model. Okay, so for example, you asked some questions your friends, your classmates, and now let's report your survey. Okay, so you should talk about your result. Okay, what kind of information did you get or have you gotten? Report model. So you can write this model on your notebook, or you can use some sentences from this model and you can write on your notebook. Hi everybody, I have done a class survey and now the result is as follows. One thing that everybody here has done is singing karaoke. About 1/5 confess that they have ever talked on the phone for 1 hour. But no one has ever been on TV. About 2/5 suppose that they have eaten ice cream in winter. 3/5 confirm that they have ever had a pet. It's interesting that half of us have ever talked to English native speakers. That's all. So it is the end of our class. And thank you for watching and listening to me. But please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, don't forget to touch like button under the videos. Thank you a lot. Goodbye. See you again.